And do you want to change the client's wallpaper? I would say no, I don't want to change it. So if you see now, automatically a notepad is open on the victim that all your files have been locked. You can get them back by just paying $250 as a Bitcoin, and this is a Bitcoin address that we have typed while creating the Trojan, if you remember. And they also gave a link that this is a video you can learn how to pay. You can watch this video to learn how to pay via Bitcoins. This is not a joke, this is a ransomware. And if you see, there are a lot of notepad files before they are on my desktop, and all of them are locked with the extension of Lime. Like update.exe.lime, notepad.lime, everything is .exe.notlime, and I cannot open them. Whatever I open, I just see encrypted text. Simple. So to have locked everything in my computer. So when the victim pays you, you can also actually show him your email ID in between this text sickly, so he can revert out the receipt to you that he have paid. And then what you can do is, you can right-click over him, ransomware, and you can decrypt his computer, as he have paid you now. And it will take few minutes. As much data the victim would be having, as much time it will take to encrypt or decrypt. So if you see, it took 3-4 minutes, and it have finally decrypted everything in my computer. Now you must be thinking that how we will be able to provide our email address to the victim so that he'll be able to contact us back after paying. So only then we will be able to know that the person have paid, and we have to decrypt his computer now. So if you remember, I also have a picture like this. You have to create a picture basically that you are hacked in this thing. So if you remember, when you right-click and go to ransomware and encrypt, are you sure it $150? And it asks you that do you want to change his wallpaper? You can say yes on the desktop. And 1 to 3 for, I select my picture. And if you see, it will also change the wallpaper that contact us on this email ID. Rest, it will also open a notepad as well, that how much he have to pay, where he have to pay, and he can also learn how to pay. And after paying, he'll be able to contact us back on this email ID, and then we can maybe decrypt his computer from the decrypt. Now why it have not encrypted yet is because, as I said, it takes time depending upon the data, how much victim would be having, and it will also decrypt by taking time how much data the victim would be having. So I hope you got an idea that how you could also use a ransomware feature as well in between intrusions. There are multiple other features as well, that like a mouse, you can go to reverse. If you see, if I right-click, I'm doing left-click. When I left-click, it's pressing the right-click. So mouse buttons are replaced. So there is also taskbar. It shows show hide. I make it hide. And if you see, there is only one button. The whole taskbar is gone. So it have little more tricky features as well to just play with the victim. But I think all the important features the Ramcos also have it. Except these, playing things. And as well as the ransomware feature. So I hope you've got an idea how the ransomware works. Thank you for watching. Over he comes back. So same way, we have to click this persistence. Persistence is the permanent access. So whether the victim restart even, it will not affect on you, you will lose him, and whenever victim comes back online, you will again get him back automatically. Now here's the thing, you also have to give your Bitcoin address, where you want to receive the money, in case if you use the ransomware feature of it. Maybe I can just put my any random Bitcoin address, but here you have to give your permanent Bitcoin address, which you'll get from your Bitcoin wallet. And there are hundreds of wallets online, like blockchain. You can go to that website and you can create a free Bitcoin address there, a free Bitcoin wallet where you can receive Bitcoins. So I just give a random a click terms of service, and I can build it. On the desktop, maybe I can give a name of, or maybe same appetite.exe. It's created. Now, it's the same process as we have learned while in the Trojans. You can use Telesti file binder, and you can change its icon, same like Trojans, which we have done. You can also use a crypto and make it fully undetectable, because right now if you'll scan it over the Metascan or maybe on the nodistribute.com, most of the antivirus would be detecting it. So you have to make it undetectable as well, first of all, before you send it. Now let's send this file to the victim computer. Right-click and paste. So there is already a ramcos file available. I also saved a new one. So this is a ramcos file, and this is the one which we created from the ANTIVIRUS. So if you have seen, in every LAT, the process would always be same, that you first open a port, and then you create a file with your IP address and that specific port, and you send it to victim. Same thing you did with Ramcross, same thing we also doing with the RAM and Gerald. So now if I double click on this file, you must receive a session in few seconds. Okay, and the victim comes up. So we can do like passwords, keylogger. We have a keylogger option. Let me type something there in the Gmail or whatever. If you type, like there is a notepad file, I type hackers rocks. So if you refresh, and here it shows hacker rocks. So if they'll type their credit card numbers, their bank logins, their Gmail passwords, their chats, you'll be able to get it from the keylogger option, same as in the ramcos you have seen. So you have a password recovery, which you also seen in the ramcos. You can also capture the webcam, microphones, same as you have seen in the ramcos. So all the options are mostly same, but there is only one option, primarily which is not there in the ramcos, and it's there in the ANTIVIRUS, the ransomware feature. So if you like, you can, and it also have little more features as well, that you can shut down their PC, we can change their wallpaper, we can, reverse their mouse, and we can also turn off or turn on their monitor. If I turn off their monitor, their screen will go black. They'll not be able to see anything on their screen. So there are a lot of tricky features as well. But the main thing which it have is a ransomware, like if I encrypt it, are you sure? Yes, I want to lock. And how much money you want to ask them? Like maybe $250? Okay. So welcome to Black Hat Hacking Series. So in this video, we'll cover about the ransomwares. So if you remember in the previous videos, where we have did a discussion about all the malware, where we have covered a video regarding the why is Trojans, ransomwares, spywares, worms, that what are the difference between all of them, all the malwares. So in this video, we'll specifically cover about the ransomwares, that how you can create a ransomware, how you can send it to someone. And once the person receive your ransomware and he double click over it, it will lock down all his personal files in his computer. Then he'll just be left with two choices, whether he have to pay you the money back or whether he have to format and lose his files. So let's do it. So there are a lot of tools, basically, same like Trojans. In the Trojans, if you remember, we have done a software named as ramcos. Well, like ramcos, there are hundreds of more backdoors or Trojans are also available. Same who will be having same features like ramcos. Same way, while in the ransomwares as well, there are hundreds of applications available to do it. But the one which I'm going to use today in the ransomware section is the ANTIVIRUS. Now, as the name explains you, it's also a rat, it's also a Trojan. It seemed like ramcos, including a feature of ransomware as well. So it have a feature of Trojans as well, and it have a feature of ransomware as well. So the point is that you will be able to control the victim computer as well. You'll be able to see his keystrokes, you'll be able to see his passwords as well. And if you'll be willing later on to lock down his finds, you will also be able to apply a ransomware feature as well on his computer. So it's both in one. So let's extract it first. Password is 123 for all the tools which we'll be using. All these tools which we are using in our course is all there in the toolkit, which we have provided with you. So we extract, and you're at Lime Edition, and with double click, correct? It's okay. It starts up. So same like in the RAMCOS, if you remember, in the local settings, we first open a port. So same day, we also have to open a port here as well, because it's also a prigin in the backend. So maybe here we can use devel7, and we also have to get our password as well over it, like 1 to 3 key, and start. Allow access. I think of a firewall is enabled. So we'll disable it so that there will be no problem while receiving the victims. So what we can do is, we have now quote we are listening on. Now we have to create a bird. We have to create a Trojan. We can create a builder, client, and here you have to put your IP address, same options like we do have seen in the RAMCOS. So whatever IP address is, 1monkey to 168.47.132. A2.168.47.132. It automatically pick the auth which we have open, the 7.7, it automatically grab the key as well, which we have given the, and down to so which will make a file name with the name of client.exe, which we can change it later on even. We can also tick mark this one, copy to startup, which is free startup, so that persistence, so that it would start on its own. If you remember the feature in the RAMCOS that you have to tick mark the install feature so that you will permanently have the access of the victim if the victim restart.